Hey everybody, it is BJ here, and I am one half of the Pickled Pear here in Noblesville, Indiana, and we are a Debi's Design Diary DIY paint retailer. And I'm going to show you today, just a super quick, how easy it is to take this really cool basket, which I love the shape of it, I love the size of it. And it's just brown and it's just plain, but we're gonna lighten it up a little bit. And we're gonna do that using 3 different colors of DIY paint today. So I cheated because I already kind of started on that side. But today we're gonna be using White Swan. White Swan is it's a white, obviously, because it's White Swan. But it is not a super bright white. So it's kind of, what I love about White Swan is it's like the perfect white because it's not super bright white and it's not a creamy off-white. It's kind of somewhere in the middle of those two. And so it's a really nice white. I love that one. And then I'm going to also use Gravel Road, which is a gray. It's a gray. It has maybe a little bit of blue in there, but it's still warm, so it's not quite like a blue gray, but it's not quite taupey gray. It's just a really nice gray. And then letterpress gray, which is just a little bit deeper than that Gravel Road. So I'm going to use these 3 to create a kind of layered, weathered look on my basket. Okay, you totally could just paint it White Swan and be done. You could paint it any of the grays and be done. But I don't like to just paint with one color because, I don't know, life is too short to paint with one color. So I'm using a chip brush for this. This is just a cheapo chip brush. You can get these for $. I buy them by the big contractor pack at my big box store, and they're great for all kinds of things. It's just a 2-inch chip brush that I'm using. The reason I'm not using a fancy brush is because I'm really just, because it's a wicker basket, I'm just doing more of a dry brush technique, so I don't need to worry about brush strokes, or really I don't even need to worry about coverage with this. If some of my original brown comes through, that's okay. Really, you should never paint out of your can. Don't paint out of your can. I'm painting out of my can because I'm lazy, but really, your paint should be decanted into a bowl so that you're not contaminating your can. So don't do what I'm doing. So all I'm doing is getting a really quick, I'm not using a ton of paint, so you can absolutely paint wicker. We get that question a lot. Can I paint wicker? Can I paint like the caning on my chairs? Like I have dining chairs, they have caning on them. Can I paint those? Yeah, sure you can. Usually when I paint those types of materials, I'm doing a little bit more like a heavy dry brush technique. So I'm not using the same amount of paint that I would be using, like if this were just a solid piece of wood, I would be getting some paint on there so I could work on getting some coverage. But because I don't want a lot of paint sitting in all of that texture, I'm not using a ton of paint, so I have just a little bit of paint on there. And it's more of just a heavy dry brush is what this is. That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm going to get this side all covered up here, and then we're just going to start layering on some different colors. Like I said, you could use the White Swan, and if you liked that, then that's giddy up, you're good to go. I like a little bit more layering. And I love doing this to baskets because it gives them a really nice, almost European fancy weathered look to them. So that's what I have going on there. I'm good to go. So I'm not even going to wash out my brush, okay? I'm just going to use the same exact brush that I used for my White Swan. And then I'm going to take my Gravel Road. I'm going to open that up. And And this is when you really want to decant and put this in a bowl, because you don't want to take your brush that has your white swan and dip it into your other paint color, because now you start contaminating your colors. So really, really you should put these in a bowl or use different brushes. I could use different brushes. And then I've got my letterpress gray, so I'm going to open that up. I'm just gonna go for it. There's really, I mean, there's not really much paint on there anyway, just a little bit. So, and I'm gonna take a little bit on my gravel road. I have just a little bit of paint on there, and then I'm just gonna dry brush that up. So just a little bit of paint, and I even can probably wipe some of that off on a paper towel, so hold on. I'm going to grab those just in case. So if I wanted to blot some of this off, I could. I dry brush some of that on. And you'll know when you kind of start running out of color, because it won't. You won't see it. So you'll know, oh, I gotta get more paint on here. And you can add as much or as little as you want. There's no right or wrong. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that's my mantra. There's no right or wrong. It's all what you like. So, and you're probably maybe not even getting any of this on camera. Bring you a little bit closer. That's better. There. And you don't even have to wait for these to dry. You can totally layer these on while everything is still wet. So like I can have this basket done in like 10 minutes. And if I'm even pulling some of that paint back off, that's okay. I'm going to switch. Now I'm in my letterpress gray. Let's see what that looks like. So now, let's show you up here. So now, up in here, I'm getting this nice weathered wood kind of look. And by using 3 different colors, I'm really giving myself kind of a light tone, medium tone, darker tone, and it just makes for a really nice, subtle, layered effect. And I get a nice kind of weathered wood look out of this. If I wanted to be really fancy, I could even put like a stencil on this if I wanted to. Maybe like either European grain sack type stencil. Those look great on baskets. Or if I wanted to keep it more American, I could do like farm fresh eggs or something like that. And if you get an area where maybe you've put a little bit too much of a color, like you had too much paint on your brush when you first hit it, you can either just keep brushing at it or just add a little bit more of the white back in. And that's it. So this is going to be a super easy, quick update. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of it, and then maybe put some really cool flowers in there and take pictures of it. But that's all you need to do. And so I can take this basket from being totally plain and boring brown to really pretty weathered wood look. I am going to do the inside too, but I may just do the inside, just with white. I don't know, depends on what I feel like, but I will do the inside too, just so it's consistent. And that's it. Super, super, super quick update. Again, I used Debi's Design Diary DIY. We used White Swan, Gravel Road, and Letterpress Gray. And those three right there, they look lovely together. You can purchase any of the Debi Design Diary DIY paint colors on through our Facebook page. Just click the big blue Shop Now button when you get there, and that's at The Pickled Pear. And click that Shop Now button and you can purchase any of the Debi's Design Diary DIY paint colors through there. You can find us on Instagram at The Pickled Pear Home. We have a website that is forthcoming. That will be thepickledpear.com. And that's it. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.